EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Drops it off for Coleman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Here's Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get...
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Ryan. Staying on his feet. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, Hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
11. Hey, let's go. 39. 54, south. Get up. Get up.
Here's Ryan. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Green 80. Green 80.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Lee's got it over the middle. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Green 80. Green 80. Hey, 54, Ricky. Move.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Punch right, punch right, punch right. Green 80. Green 80. Move.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, spread left. Spread left.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Pass incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Sunday. Green 80.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the 1st. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Green 80. Green 80. Move.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first down. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
380, 380, 372. Lucy. Move.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had 2 excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had 2 huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call.
Yeah, and we should be talking about Legatron. A 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted right now, but you're exactly right. Nikhil Roby-Coleman's hit on Tommy Lee Lewis in regulation. When I saw it live, thought it was a bang-bang play. Turned out, it was definitely a missed call. Plus, they missed helmet-to-helmet contact on it as well. So if you're a Saints fan, you are very unexcited about the Rams advancing to the Super Bowl, but I still don't want pass interference to become a reviewable call. The game flow is paramount to me. Let's not slow it down any more than it already is.
Yeah, it can be a slippery slope, then you start doing it with everything, right?
Next thing you know, we'll be reviewing holding. And by the way, you can probably call holding just about every play in the NFL.
Here's Bortles to throw. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now Ryan on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crone, all right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game, the Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, what was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence, and it was sudden death. Alan Amici, the Colts got the ball, they scored. No one talked about anything, but boy, what an exciting.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper, 68 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars' offense now heads back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Green 80. Green 80.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Green 80. Green 80. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Lucy. Check. Green 80. 372. Move.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Calais Campbell in there to get him for a loss of 5. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
To go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Hey, let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Bortles now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Bortles now on first down. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun now for Bortles. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley. In there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Lucy. Green 80.
Now a play fake here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP, the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. They both get 2 interceptions apiece, and instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there in the 50-yard line post-game, because you know sibling rivalries, one always wants the upper hand.
Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires.
44, that's nothing for him.
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it. You don't like the McCourty thing, though.
No, I do like that. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but, the Patriots...
nobody believes them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long,
you need something.
You've got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. They took that as, well, no one believes in us, and everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
Omaha, Omaha, Omaha. Set. Green 80. Green is set.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Green 80. Green 80.
On 1st down, Bortles. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play, but to me it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Well, that game experience.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Green 80.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lee. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. Green 80. Green 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. Check. Green 80. Green set.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Still fighting for more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Sunday, Sunday.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey,
Spread right,
these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Lucy, Lucy. Move. Green set.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Omaha, Omaha, Omaha. Four down. Check. Green 80. Green is good.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Now Bortles. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Finding room at the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They go play action here on first down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Despite the heavy running, he'll be hit and drop shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, Tuesday. 21.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Gun. Space. Hey, south. Wait. Hey, gun. 11. Wait. Let's go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side, and this is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 46 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
So right.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Lee's got it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Bortles now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Green 80. Lucy. 372.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Spread right, smack. Green 80.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Hey, spread right, smack.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. Spinning away. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
12, 54, 7, 20, 20.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, Tuesday.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman.
And an alley to run. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
22. Gun.
Now Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Jones, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Move. 372. Lucy.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Over the middle, complete. That's Lee. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
154 right here. Green 80. Move. Green and gun.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Now Bortles. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
11. Check. Green 80. 11B. Move. Back's mine.
Now Bortles, got to have this one. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.